Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, March 27th at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time by Zeno Reader. There are 689 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Fort Lauderdale changed its spring break scene in the 80s. Can Miami Beach do the same? Sarm Heslop, police question whether missing British woman actually boarded boyfriend's boat. China's growing firepower casts doubt on whether U.S. could defend Taiwan. Shooting leaves 7 shot, 3 listed in critical condition, police. Bay Area teen shot through her eye in a hate crime, family says. Suspect dead after chase, standoff through multiple Massachusetts towns. Arkansas governor signs law letting doctors refuse to treat on basis of morality, religion. California construction workers find 2 people living in cave. Criminal charges filed against Kansas Senate Majority Leader. Baltimore will no longer prosecute drug possession, prostitution, low-level crimes. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Dow Jones Futures, market rally steps up with 5 chip stocks in buys owns, Tesla, NIO, Roku story time over, Investors Business Daily. 199 years is long enough, Kim Janey becomes Boston's first black and first female mayor, The Guardian. Armed white men who showed up at a black family's home were acquitted. Now, they want an apology, CNN. Biden, Georgia voting restriction law is atrocity, BBC News. Postal banking, alcohol delivery could save the U.S. Postal Service, experts say, NBC News. Beyoncé storage units hit by thieves, over $1 million in goods stolen, TMZ. Virginia Beach, police say reports of several people shot, CNN. Sharon Osbourne off the talk after inquiry into hated on-air racism discussion, KTLA. The Suicide Squad debuts NSFW trailer, Fox News. Much feared asteroid Apophis won't hit Earth for at least 100 years, NASA says, The Guardian. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Satellite images show just how bad the Suez Canal traffic jam is becoming. Is this patriot enough? Elected official lifts shirt in meeting, shows army scars. Fox News whine about CNN fact-checking gets a fact-check. 2 dead, at least 8 injured in shootings along Virginia Beach oceanfront. Mitch, GOP chair jokes about assassination of Republicans who voted to impeach Trump. Fox News meltdowns over Biden lampooned in scandals video. Binti Irwin gives birth to baby girl, honors late father Steve with name. Raphael Warnock rips power mad politicians sacrificing democracy on Rachel Maddow show. Senator Steve Daines appears to wax nostalgic about Montana's homegrown meth. Stricter COVID-19 precautions could have saved 240,000 lives so far, Economist says. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Art museum showcases peeps in new exhibit. Woman films shark swimming in container on HWG. Milwaukee County reduces marijuana fine to $1. Elderly man fights off suspect with knife at ATM. Family starting over after house fire. Man returns home after hospitalized for 297 days. Mother gives birth to twins on different months. Abducted Charleston teen found safe. All-female construction crew leads electrical construction work. 7 Wyo undergoes surgery after possible shark bite. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Scramble against time to free ship stuck in Suez Canal. China, with $400 billion Iran deal, could deepen influence in Mideast. Don't like spicy food but feel left out? Train your taste buds. A collapse foretold, how Brazil's COVID-19 outbreak overwhelmed hospitals. Skiing in Himalayas is like a beautiful dream, despite conflict and coronavirus. Was keeping tourists out the only way to survive? CDC funding gun violence research for first time in decades. In Washington, policy revolves around Joe Manchin. He likes it that way. As pandemic upends teaching, fewer students want to pursue it. Google aims to be the anti-Amazon of e-commerce. It has a long way to go. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Fake vaccines, certificates being sold on Darknet, report. How to see everything Google tracks about you and erase it. Try the super useful iPhone trick you're not using yet. Bethany Frankel on shedding Bravo reality star persona, new business chapter, I'm living more authentically. Jennifer Lopez told Alex Rodriguez to fix the questions surrounding their relationship, source. Sean Lannon, held in NJ, formally charged in New Mexico deaths of ex-wife, two friends. NCAA Tournament 2021, the three best bets for the Sweet 16. Janice Dean, isn't me's vaccine next? Why it would be a game changer for me and millions of others. Ohio official of Asian descent, a U.S. Army vet, shows war scars. Is this patriot enough? HBO star Bill Maher knocks own network's Alan V. Farrow docu-series, should be called Maya's Story. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, March 27th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Beloved children's book author Beverly Cleary dies at 104. This is something the athletes deserved. Athletes Unlimited CEO John Patrikoff on paid pregnancy leave policy. Jay Leno apologizes for years of jokes targeting Asians. Stimulus check latest, track your economic relief payment from the IRS. New York becomes first U.S. city to end qualified immunity for police officers. Villanova looks to continue NCAA tournament run against top-seeded Baylor. This place, Southwest pilot launches expletive-filled tirade against liberal Bay Area on hot mic. Rutgers University requiring students enrolled in 2021 fall semester to receive COVID-19 vaccine. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Britons hit the parks and the beaches as they throw caution to the winds ahead of Happy Monday. Moment the Ever Given crashed into the Suez Canal is caught on video. Tycoon Sanjeev Gupta asks government for 170 million of taxpayers' cash. Bill Roja, 88, forced to take time off the soap after testing positive for COVID. EU and Britain are close to a deal that will end vaccine war. Britons could get the vaccine at drive-in centers on their way to work, health chiefs suggest. Pets paying the price for litter louds, choking on face masks, paws slashed by beer cans. Testing times for British holidaymakers, plan drawn up for all UK nationals flying back from abroad. Professor warns people will be reinfected every 2 to 4 years. Fireworks launched at terrified police horses as protests in Bristol turn violent again. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. How did a ship get stuck in the Suez Canal? Modi's party seeks big win as 2 key Indian states vote. As Myanmar death toll climbs, a soldier's wife is caught between protesters and military. When smaller is better, microstates, island nations and overseas territories speed ahead in global vaccination race. Hopes for blocked Suez Canal hinge on rising tide potentially freeing ship. Calls for change for women's rights in French sports. Poland plans pensions for dogs, horses and state employment. North Korea snaps back at Biden over criticism of launches. Indonesia's Merapi volcano spews ash, debris in new eruption. With U.S. withdrawal delay likely, and new peace proposal on the table, Taliban faces inevitable crossroads. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Live News. Boris Johnson has seen nothing to dissuade him from continuing a long roadmap to freedom. Philippines imposes stricter conditions. Myanmar, scores reported killed on Day of Shame for Armed Forces. 199 years is long enough. Kim Janey becomes Boston's first black and first female mayor. Forget fast fashion, here are the 6 key trends you need for 2021. The University of Michigan divesting from fossil fuels shows that change is here. Bill McKibben. Sharon Osbourne leave TV show after row about Meghan and Piers Morgan. I Knew They Were Hungry, the stimulus feature that lifts millions of U.S. kids out of poverty. The earlier you act, the more impact. How Seattle tech industry led on COVID. Brockhampton's Kevin Abstract. I'm tired of this boy band thing. I don't want to be a boy band. It's impossible. Spain's flamenco bars face an existential threat. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Police in Belarus capital arrest more than 100 protesters. COVID miracles, 3 patients' journeys to the brink of death and back. Andre Hill shot 4 times by former Columbus police officer, autopsy report shows. Charlottesville mayor's poem about city, racism hits nerve. 7 people shot in Philadelphia. Foreigners flock to Serbia to get coronavirus vaccine shots. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Myanmar coup, dozens killed as army opens fire on protesters during deadliest day. Jedward shave off their famous quiffs for cancer charity. Mozambique insurgency, Islamist militants ambush workers fleeing hotel. At least 19 killed in Egypt train crash. Facebook freezes Maduro's page over COVID claim. Suez Canal, fresh effort to refloat wedged container ship. Apophis asteroid will not hit Earth for 100 years, NASA says. Myanmar, bloodshed as forces open fire on protesters. Andrew Laming, MP steps away from duties amid harassment complaints. Biden, Georgia voting restriction law is atrocity. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. 2 dead and 8 injured in chaotic Virginia Beach oceanfront shootings, police say. Bodicum shows officers berating 5-year-old boy. Temporary shelter for migrants opens in San Diego. Southern states brace for another round of severe weather, including tornadoes. 2 dead in Virginia Beach oceanfront shootings. Deaths in Mandalay as forces use lethal tactics. The day in pictures. Myanmar forces kill dozens to clear protesters. Autopsy shows Andre Hill, an unarmed black man, was fatally shot 4 times by former Columbus police officer. For many migrants able to cross U.S. border, there's often chaos, COVID tests and then relief. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Hundreds march in LA's Koreatown as part of Stop Asian Hate rallies across the country. Mount Rubidoux Easter sunrise service will be live-streamed due to pandemic. Column, it's a guaranteed income program, but think of it as a test case for reparations. Mad rush for COVID-19 vaccine is on for Californians ages 50 to 64 as expansion nears. Two young Latino journalists have some words for Joe Biden: honesty, compassion, respect. California Attorney General designee Rob Bonta is already gearing up for the 2022 election. The Echo Park homeless camp is gone. What does it mean for LA? Reporters, legal observers cry foul after being caught up in Los Angeles Police Department's mass arrests at Echo Park protest. Celebrating women photographers, Christina House. Cal State LA vaccination site could close next month, officials say. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, March 27, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Much feared asteroid Apophis won't hit Earth for at least 100 years, NASA says. WHO chief blasts grotesque vaccine inequality as rich nations block speedy end of global pandemic. The UN leaked a Saudi threat to assassinate an official to make sure the killing didn't happen. British expats in tears too as Spain to deport 500 for failing to register for residency under post-Brexit regulations. By March 31st they will be deemed as illegal migrants. Women, LGBT people and students protest for rights in Turkey. Shots fired at American center in Myanmar, U.S. Embassy reports. U.S. intelligence warns Biden against troop pullout. The Taliban could largely retake Afghanistan within 2 or 3 years if American troops leave without the warring sides reaching a power-sharing deal, intelligence agencies have told U.S. President Joe Biden. The Ever Given container ship was reportedly traveling faster than Suez Canal speed limit before running aground. CCTV captures Myanmar security forces firing at point-blank range on passing motorcyclists. Azerbaijani soldiers vandalize 19th-century Armenian church. Ship blocking Suez Canal moves slightly, unclear when it will refloat. Navalny shares leg amputation fears in Russian prison. Update. France submits the baguette for UNESCO World Heritage status. Myanmar army launches airstrikes on village controlled by an ethnic armed group, Karen National Union, that has vowed to fight to overturn the February 1st military coup. ISIS seized town near huge oil development in Palma, Mozambique, with many people dead. The next headlines are from Forbes. LaMarcus Aldridge to sign one-year deal with the Brooklyn Nets, reports. The 25 most popular movies on Netflix in 2021, updated March 27. The 25 most popular shows on Netflix in 2021, updated March 27. Sixers were wise to prioritize George Hill over Kyle Lowry at 2021 NBA trade deadline. Kmart and Sears spend another Friday evening closing more stores. Maine GOP votes against censuring Senator Susan Collins for her vote to convict Trump. U.S. could have decreased COVID death toll substantially, Dr. Birx admits. Supreme Court considers Fourth Amendment exception to let cops seize guns without a warrant. How New York Giants free agency spree sets up their draft. The Beige Apple Gala gets a kick from Plantation Isle of Fiji rum. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Scandal over COVID vaccine trial at Peruvian universities prompts outrage. Webcast, How to Work from Home Effectively as an Early Career Researcher. She listens. Biden health official Rachel Levine is set to tackle inequity. CoronaPod, the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID vaccine, what you need to know. How deep-sea bacteria thrive under pressure. Faint galaxies light up the dark web filling the cosmos. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,694,802,344 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Lisa Ling rallies demonstrators at LA Stop Asian Hate March. Something so powerful is happening right now. Lil Nas X claps back at critics of Montero video. The Oxy Kingpins Review, a muckraking documentary, reveals how the scandal of the opioid crisis really worked. Marvel's MODOK reveals John Hamm, Whoopi Goldberg, Bill Hader and Nathan Fillion as guest stars. Woody Allen interview from CBS News Sunday Morning will debut on Paramount+. Anonymous songwriters group calls for artists to stop demanding royalties for songs they didn't write. The Spine of Night Review, ultra-violent throwback animation mixes muscular spectacle with muddy storytelling. Trapped Review, 3 female-centric stories from the 2011 Egyptian Revolution. The End of Us Review, a lockdown breakup comedy that feels uncomfortably familiar. The Return, Life After ISIS Review, compassionate, essential glimpse into the aftermath of radicalization. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Indonesian mountain of fire erupts again. Tennessee becomes third state this month to enact restrictions for transgender athletes. 2 dead and at least 8 others wounded in chaotic Virginia Beach shootings. At least 114 people killed in Myanmar as violence continues to escalate. For migrants in Bosnia, the game is a perilous journey to a better life. How black players propelled Cleveland's baseball team to win the 1948 World Series. Biden says nothing has changed but child migrants crossing border at higher pace. In Georgia County, elections bills have consequences. Indigenous language radio show in Oakland promotes vaccine effort. Election defamation lawsuits open new front in fight against disinformation. The following headlines are from The Week. Why Iran experts are skeptical about the significance of Tehran's New Deal with Beijing. Maine GOP overwhelmingly rejects Collins' censure. Georgia GOP election official who debunked Trump's fraud claims defends state's new voting restrictions. Don't miss this thrilling Sweet 16 matchup featuring 2 freshman phenoms. Boehner to back Ohio congressman against Trump-aligned primary challenger. Why Biden's comments have little to do with North Korea's weapons strategy. 10 things you need to know today, March 27, 2021. Myanmar military leader says army aims to safeguard democracy as security forces kill dozens of protesters. Why conservatives should hate Georgia's voting restrictions. The Republicans surrender to gun violence. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Alleghi this week, another watershed moment. The next headlines are from Universe Today. The Event Horizon Telescope has revealed the magnetic field lines around M87's central black hole. Exploring the moon's shadowed regions using beamed energy. Newly forming stars don't blast away material as previously believed, so why do they stop growing? These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, March 27th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Is Oumuamua a frozen piece of an exopluto? When is Easter in 2021? First full moon of the season on March 28th. 57th anniversary of North America's biggest earthquake. Golden hour at an Indiana lake. Space debris lights up the sky over Pacific Northwest. New image of M87 supermassive black hole. How to make beneficial insects welcome in your garden. Spring Milky Way over Cape Cod. The next news is from Politico. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Biden's first 100 days. Boris Johnson talks tough on China following sanctions against UK MPs. Collins avoids state party censure after voting to convict Trump. China sanctions US, Canadian officials over Xinjiang. Be aware, the Pentagon's target list for extremist infiltrators, right and left. DeSantis hires top GOP operative for 2022 campaign. Iran, China signs strategic long-term cooperation agreement. Atlanta massacre sparks a political awakening in the Korean church. An ex-king, missing millions and a monarchy in crisis. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Hopes for blocked Suez Canal hinge on rising tide as Ever Given's rudder is freed. Geraldine Haig will faces her demons on screen and off. Instilled a love of elsewhere, how Susan Johnson's father impacted her writing career. 3 charged after teenage girl dies in Hopper's Crossing car rollover. Chinese tourists discovered it, now locals are flocking to Sea Lake. Manhunt for hit-and-run driver after woman pinned to wall in Rosehill. On my honeymoon with Guy, a phone call tragically changed our lives. Stressed out? It could be wreaking havoc in your teeth. Megan Morton, I gave my daughter a suitcase of vintage classics for her 18th birthday. I knew that by hurting my tormentor, I'd be hurting my own soul. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Disney Plus now costs $1 more a month. Newswatch, April has been bullish for stocks but you shouldn't bet on a repeat this year. Where should I retire? I want to retire in a liberal-thinking area on $3,000 a month, including rent. Where should I go? NerdWallet, the new normal of travel. 10 things that can seriously impact your next trip. The big move, my in-laws are underwater on their mortgage and their home is in disrepair. Should they just walk away and move in with us? The moneyest, I lost my job at 55 and started my own successful business. I now constantly get texts from friends and former co-workers asking how I did it. What do I do? Tax guy, if you're self-employed, don't file your taxes without taking advantage of these 2 new tax breaks. Market Extra, Zoom video gets tepid endorsement from Deutsche Bank as stock heads toward a death cross. The ratings game, Intel is very ambitious but now comes the hard part. The moneyest, I feel un-American. I was broke in my 20s, and live in fear of debt. My wife wants to upgrade our home and life. What do I do? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. China, the land of very interesting possibilities, innovation origins. The case for AI is named inventors the recorder, law.com. BioWorld MedTech patent highlights, Week 11 2021 to 2003-26, BioWorld Online. Arrow Farms to become publicly traded company through combination with Spring Valley Acquisition Corporation, Leds Magazine. New book honors University of Akron Professor Joseph Kennedy, Plastics News. NUWC Division Newport leads Warfare Centers in Patent Awards, honors 2020 inventors, Naval Sea Systems Command. As leather alternatives find fans in fashion, companies are clamoring for protection, the fashion law. Are software inventions patentable? Intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Black women who changed our world. U.S. Embassy and consulates in Italy, U.S. Embassy Rome. Healthcare patent filing outsourcing market booming startup culture in the healthcare industry to boost growth prospects, biospace. The next headlines are from Quartz. Why Netflix won't risk a true crackdown on password sharing. Russia is in no hurry to see the Suez Canal reopened. McKinsey faces its moment of reckoning. Why the Financial Times was ready for the financial crisis, but not Brexit. What the NFT crypto art craze means for artists. Oscar shortlisted Night of the Kings is inspired by West African griots. Health technicians' healthy outlook, Motsip's mandate, griot storytelling. The U.S.'s other health crisis, Suez Canal fiasco, NFT's carbon footprint. The Suez Canal is the linchpin in the world's trade network. Bitcoin is wooing the millions of workers who send their earnings abroad. The following headlines are from TechDirt. This week in TechDirt history, March 21-27. Poof, Taylor Swift, Evermore theme park lawsuits dropped with no money exchanged. Content moderation case study, Facebook removes a picture of a famous Danish mermaid statue, 2016. Senator Elizabeth Warren goes over the line, threatens to punish Amazon for snotty tweets. How Mark Warner Safe Tech Act will make many people a lot less safe. Biden administration says there's nothing wrong with ICE setting up a fake college to dupe foreign students out of their money, residency. Daily Deal, the Learn to Code 2021 bundle. Privacy laws giving big internet companies a convenient excuse to avoid academic scrutiny. Telecom using veterans as props to demonize California's new net neutrality law. 2 years later, Valve's hands-off approach to adult games is still confusing, still very much not hands-off. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Wales vs. Mexico. Loyola basketball. UFC 260. Miley Cyrus. Howard Schnellenberger. Hilary Duff. Tom Hanks. UConn women's basketball. Jack Harlow. Virginia Beach shooting. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Dr. Birx tells CNN hundreds of thousands of COVID-19 deaths could have been mitigated, blasted as complicit. Concerned Washington demands Bolivia release former interim President Anis and other officials accused of orchestrating a coup. He loved to play chess. Khabib Nurmagomedov's cousin Abu Bakr pays tribute to Abdulmanap ahead of Guttenbout at UFC 260, video. Put it on, I'm the best in the division, McHugh wants ugly after outpointing Russian gold medalist Ishchenko, video. Trumpification of big tech, Amazon fires back at Elizabeth Warren suggesting they should be broken up. We need to force White into making a mistake, Russian fighters back Povetkin and offer their wisdom as he aims to beat Brit again. Even if he loses at UFC 260, Stipe Miocic is the greatest UFC heavyweight ever, and the Jones-Ngannou fight would thrill fans more. Water fight, Israel turns off Jordan's water supply amid drought and personal frictions. Thousands of sexual abuse claims in UK schools reported to online campaign, leading to police investigation. Roy Jones Jr. still asks for his gold medal, President Kremlin tells RT Sport about returning able to the Olympic family, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. China hits US and Canadian officials with more counter-sanctions. Why is everyone in Texas not dying? Biden floats rival plan to China's Belt and Road in call with UK's Johnson. NFT robot art is now a thing. Where Manhattanites fled during the pandemic may surprise you. Taby, the death of humor. Absolutely an open border situation, Senator Lankford gives first-hand account of border crisis. Watch, a naval historian and master mariner discuss the Suez Canal blockage. Was this the fun that sparked the massive media stock liquidations yesterday? New universal basic income program in Oakland excludes low-income white families. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Venezuela says 6 members of armed groups killed near Colombia. MSF says urgent aid needed for Yemen amid surging COVID cases. Will the U.S. take a new approach to North Korea? Belarus police arrest more than 100, prevent opposition rally. 5 killed, dozens wounded in anti-Modi protests in Bangladesh. Several European countries expand COVID curbs, France critical. Facebook freezes Maduro's page for COVID misinformation. Thousands protest Turkey's exit from domestic violence treaty. Colombia accuses FARC dissidents of car bomb that injure dozens. We have nothing, refugee camp fire devastates Rohingya, again. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Pinkerton, Biden nominees fall prey to the terrible temptation of Twitter. Watch, doorbell camera catches young man finding, returning purse. Penalties for lying on ATF background check form, as Hunter Biden allegedly did, include fines, jail time. Police, babysitter accused of beating 5-year-old to death. Baltimore ends prosecution of low-level crimes such as prostitution, drug possession. Brooks, reducing number of guns the only way to have a meaningful difference. Brooks on GA law, people vote when they want to vote, regardless of the law. Archbishop Charles Chaput warns of demise of religious freedom in U.S. Rapper Lil Nas X unveils Nike Satan shoes containing human blood, limited to 666 pairs. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg floats vehicle miles tax for infrastructure spending extravaganza. The next headlines are from UPI News. North Carolina woman wins $373,741 on her 20th anniversary. Watch, Ontario dog stops traffic to rescue owner having a seizure. Police warn of aggressive rearbirds on the loose in England. Watch, 79-year-old golfer breaks Guinness World Record at driving range. Donkey whisperer deputy wrangles escaped donkey in Florida. Look, boat blocks lanes of Florida highway for several hours. Teens stranded for 2 hours on slingshot ride when cable snaps. French freediver swims 394 feet under ice without flippers. Steer captured nearly 2 months after slaughterhouse escape. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 4 of 7, Avatars and Controllers. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Retirees share top 40 pearls of wisdom with our younger generations. 16% drop in peanut allergies among children as parents follow guidelines and introduce peanuts earlier. Villagers went without streetlights for 45 days to help bird and its hatchlings. They've collected 20 million pounds of food from people who are moving, and delivered it to food banks. Millionaire turned quadriplegic John Ayers is giving it all to save wildcats, finding new purpose. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, March 27th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. French monks locked down with 2.8 tons of cheese pray for buyers. A man demanded his final paycheck. The auto shop delivered 91,500 greasy pennies. A dog who kept sneaking into a Dollar General for a unicorn toy gets his plush and a new start. Not enough evidence. Australian mother poisoned son with poo, Crown concedes. Teen, lured by cheap iPhone listing, ends up buying table instead of real iPhone from Meckham site. Swan won't stop knocking on people's doors for hours on end. Bengaluru man hides under cot to kill wife's lover. The postman plagued by MR, angry pheasant. Missing Florida woman found naked, lost in storm drain. Australians could be charged for exporting energy from rooftop solar panels to the grid. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Here's why cassette tape sales doubled during the pandemic. Can AI be hypnotized? Report, Apple's been snapping up AI firms to improve Siri. Entrepreneurs, these apps can streamline your new business and they're all an extra 30% off. Watch this $1.20 supercar app drift on ice like a ballerina. Remind yourself to take breaks at work with this free Mac app. Deprioritization is the real key to productivity. Dodge's new anti-theft feature made no sense until I spoke with experts. How to schedule a message on Telegram. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New class of versatile, high-performance quantum dots primed for medical imaging, quantum computing. Molecule attacks coronavirus in a novel way. Study exposes global ripple effects of regional water scarcity. A general approach to high-efficiency perovskite solar cells. Climate change significantly increases population displacement risk. Measurable changes in brain activity during first few months of studying a new language. The brain area with which we interpret the world. Dogs, not gone wild. DNA tests show most wild dogs in Australia are pure dingoes. Sorting out nanodiamonds with fluorescent centers. Controlled scar formation in the brain. The next headlines are from Information Week. Oz names Celebsky as next CEO to succeed Andy Jassy. How quickly are companies really adopting cloud? It's complicated. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, March 27th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Letter, let's ensure our leaders follow through on plans to help the homeless. Amid the pandemic, home cooking is back, and LDS food bloggers are showing the way. Letter, keep mask mandate in place until we have achieved herd immunity. Letter, spikes aren't the only option. Construction to start on Salt Lake Community College campus in Harriman, where University of Utah classes also will be offered. With plans for a new downtown park, city moves closer to giving derelict Utah Theater to developers for demolition. Judge taps brakes on Utah coal mine expansion, orders climate change analysis. Letter, overpopulation is a wide-ranging problem. Senator Romney would benefit from realizing that. Letter, reports from March Madness spotlight lingering sexism in sports. The triple team, Jazz's offense responds slowly to Grizzlies' physical D, Royce O'Neal's rebounding. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Solar is cheapest electricity in history. US though aims to cut costs 60% by 2030. Watch AI grow a walking caterpillar in Minecraft. Congress questioned big tech CEOs for 5 hours without getting any good answers. Apple considers launching rugged watch for extreme sports. Trump's former CDC director says he still thinks SARS-CoV-2 originated in a lab. Progress continues on recreating the Babbage programmable computer. Google launches Android-ready Southeast Alliance to drive adoption of digital keys, mobile IDs. WooOrg to go public via SPAC at significantly reduced valuation of $9 billion. Red Hat pulls Free Software Foundation funding over Richard Stallman's return. T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T stop SMS hijacks after motherboard investigation. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Police looking for missing 17-year-old teen. Brood X is coming, cicadas returned by the billions in 2021. Alton police find 3-month-old baby taken with stolen van. St. Louis jail guard opens cell door letting 2 inmates attack another for minutes, charges say. Man shot in head while at stop sign in St. Clair County. Severe storms possible in St. Louis area Saturday evening. Beloved children's author Beverly Cleary, creator of Ramona Quimby, dies at 104. New vaccination clinic opens in West St. Louis County, more to open in South County next week. Schnucks employee saves baby's life in runaway shopping cart. Cardinals mourn passing of Smokey Joe Cunningham. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. 2 dead, 8 others injured after shootings, 1 officer involved, at Virginia Beach oceanfront. Pedestrian dies after being hit by car. Man accused of fatally stabbing own mother to stand trial for murder. Sewage runoff leads to Imperial Beach closure. Border Patrol has yet to sign off on public access to popular California border park. Hot mic, airline pilot caught cursing liberals while landing in San Jose. 3 new vaccine sites open next week in County, Del Mar closed for the weekend. Photos, hundreds of pounds of weed, edible seized in illegal pot shop bust. 16-year-old girl dies in 3-vehicle crash near SeaWorld. Man charged with murder in San Diego woman's overdose death. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Watching movies, Robert Redford orthodox in a 70s spy thriller, Haunting Key. Swalwell's Trump lawsuit won't distract from Chinese spy scandal, Republicans say. The Courier delivers as an engaging spy drama. Carding mafia hacked, ransomware hits defense contractor, car service firm breached, DIRNSA on cyber conflict, civilizational pillars. Iran censors television drama featuring British spy. Bad Trip is hidden camera prank comedy taken to its logical extreme. Facebook security probe reveals China cyber spies and malware attack on US-based UIers. 9 shows all fans of Homeland should watch next. Obsessive and controlling, Hitchin stalker handed 5-year banning order. Bad Trip review, Tiffany Haddish steals the show in Eric Andre's goofy hidden camera romp. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Despite electrical system problems, Russian Il-112V will begin test flights. Turkmenistan could become first export customer for Serbian new combat vehicle. U.S. Air Force seeking new multi-role unmanned aircraft system. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China sanctions UK for Xinjiang lies, continuing more aggressive pushback on Western criticism. Single mother in Shanghai finally gets her maternity benefits after nearly 4-year legal battle. Delivering packages for Chinese logistics companies pays terribly, according to new report. Opportunity and anxiety at the center of China's surveillance industry. Chinese study abroad facilitator elite education debuts on Wall Street with $6 million IPO. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, March 27, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Is CA moving too fast amid reopening? A UCSF does not think so. Clinics, mobile vaccination sites set up across Bay Area. Sharon Osbourne leaving the talk following racism controversy. Mandating COVID-19 vaccines for students. Stop Asian hate, rallies planned across Bay Area to condemn violence. Sonoma County launches effort to vaccinate homebound residents. Anti-hate crimes task force created in South Bay. Indian police fine driver for doing push-ups on moving vehicle. Berkeley moves forward with eliminating single-family zoning. Watch, suspected drunk driver rams SUV into outdoor dining parklet in Alameda. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. UK protesters scuffle with police during rally over new law. Israelis gather for Passover, celebrating freedom from virus. UN Commission urges equality for women in decision-making. Charlotte puts home win streak on the line against Phoenix. 3,002 new cases, rising virus counts, including in suburban Cook, threaten bridge phase. Atlanta area shooting victims remembered at March for Asian Lives in Arlington Heights. The mayoral race in Des Plaines is shaping up to be costly. Submarine express level to clear way for bank in downtown Mount Prospect. He grew up on Loyola's campus. Saturday, he'll lead Oregon State against the Ramblers. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Report, in February these trucks sold the fastest in Seattle. Meteor shower, rocket debris, Washington residents report seeing mysterious lights in night sky. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 147.44 km, in Japan March 26, 2021, 22:02 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in Pacific Antarctic Ridge March 26, 2021, 21:12 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 10 km, in Pacific Antarctic Ridge March 26, 2021, 21:03 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, March 27th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Texas state trooper shot in Central Texas, suspect on the run. Funeral services held today for mom, 3 kids killed in fiery crash. Here's when rain could help wash away our problematic pollen. 2 dead, at least 8 injured in Virginia Beach oceanfront shootings, police say. North Houston tax preparer pulls gun on clients and attacks one of them. 15-year-old boy shot during gun battle at Northwest Houston apartment complex, HPD says. The artist behind entwined art installation in Golden Gate Park. 10-year-old accidentally shot in Cyprus, HCSO says. 2 men arrested in Seabrook in connection with riot at the U.S. Capitol. Watch ABC 13 and Texan Live's Game of the Week. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Shots, and a musical serenade, at NYC Vaccination Center. Now vaccinated, older adults emerge from COVID hibernation. The latest, Britain says variant booster ready by September. Railway traffic resumes after deadly crash in southern Egypt. Dozens killed in one of deadliest days since Myanmar coup. Building collapses in Egypt's capital killing 5, injuring 24. Foreigners flock to Serbia for coronavirus jabs. New attempts planned to free huge vessel stuck in Suez Canal. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. NJ expands vaccine eligibility as Murphy vows to prioritize equity. Extra extra, teen busted driving way too fast for Goshen, New York. Thank you for not forgetting Latinos, Cuomo praised by allies at another press conference excluding reporters. The mayor's office, not the NYPD, will now issue NYC press credentials. City Council's police reforms fail to reduce NYPD's footprint, critics say. After a painfully violent 2020, NYC shootings continue to spike. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Tribeca landlord sues tenant over illegal pandemic parties. Get great hometown cooking at Julian Medina's new Cucks. NYPD to use plainclothes Asian officers in new hate crime sting operation. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. After the Ever Given, what the ship wedged in the Suez Canal means for global trade. Maquila female workers in their own words, fighting COVID and labor abuse. A country with too many victims and few shelters. A look at Colombian coffee prices 1 year on from the Stabilization Fund. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Godzilla vs. Kong, a heavyweight bout with a light touch. For media, Biden news conference notable for what's missing. Sharon Osbourne off the talk after inquiry into racism discussion. Democrats assail Georgia law, make case for voting overhaul. Conspiracy theorists try to connect Ever Given ship, Hillary Clinton, and child trafficking. Did Biden admin urge Supreme Court to let cops seize guns from homes with no warrant? A not haunted house hits the market in Boston area. Beloved children's author Beverly Cleary dies at 104. No, Marwa El-Slater is not captain of stuck Suez Canal ship. Explainer, why is media access at the border an issue? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fact-checking Biden's claim that assault weapons ban worked. Bogus claims about Biden's treatment of homeless veterans. Pfizer CEO got vaccinated, contrary to claim in video. Texas doctor spreads false claims about COVID-19 vaccines. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. We use these gadgets to make our fridges better places. The NRA tapped 50 Cent's bankruptcy lawyers, then things got weird. Kristi Noem, the GOP's rising star, fades. Capitol rioter and stray pride troll stiffs lawyer, hits new rally while out on bail. Tina Turner opens up about scandal and regret in HBO's must-watch documentary. The wall is literally crippling people. Does Biden care? Ina Garten and Melissa McCarthy's cocktail special is an instant serotonin boost. Cuomo's textbook violations of his own sexual harassment law. Vic Mensa, what Joe Biden owes COVID-ravaged Black America. We're on the cusp of a lost COVID generation. Do we care? The next headlines are from the New York Post. March Madness odds, predictions, Baylor will expose Villanova. New Harvey Weinstein accuser claims she bloodied his genitals fighting back. Suez Canal remains blocked amid efforts to free stuck vessel. Meghan McCain blasts media reaction over Biden press conference. Vanderbilt's Jack Leiter throws 7 more hitless innings. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Glynn Lunny, legendary NASA flight director, dies at 84. Earth has been hiding a 5th layer in its inner core. The sky this week. Enjoy the March full worm moon. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Tornadoes leave 6 dead across the South. Former CDC director sparks controversy with coronavirus lab theory. Deadly tornadoes hit Alabama. Declining fertility rates could threaten human race, health officials say. COVID cases begin to rise in at least 20 states amid vaccinations. Deadly tornadoes batter southern states. Another major tornado outbreak takes aim at southeast. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Cuomo's top aide Melissa DeRosa subpoenaed in AG sex harassment probe, says report. Murder suspect arrested in 42-year-old cold case in Colorado. Earth to avoid huge meteor for next 100 years, says NASA. Beverly Cleary, Treasure children's book author, dies at age 104. Biden invites Putin, Xi to first climate change summit of his presidency. 25,000 new NYC students sign up for in-person classes. NYC Controller hopeful Zach Iskell wants teacher doc waivers reviewed. Rep. Mondaire Jones admits past weed use while calling on Biden to reverse pot-related White House firings. Cuomo unveils new COVID vaccination program aimed at minority neighborhoods during Bronx event. Arkansas governor signs law allowing doctors to refuse treatment to LGBTQ people. The following headlines are from military.com. Department of Defense pledges to make COVID vaccine available to all beneficiaries by May. Army specialist dies during swamp phase of Ranger School. At 53, I took the tough new Army combat fitness test. Here's how it turned out. Pelosi taps D.C. National Guard head to lead House security. Groundbreaking VA study shows how long COVID-19 vaccine immunity may last. Maritime traffic jam grows outside blocked Suez Canal. The Air Force's virtual reality fighter training is working best for 5th-gen pilots. Patriot Express makes Seattle-Guam route permanent, add stop on Okinawa. Air Force separates airman found negligent in crash that killed German teen. VA expects to open COVID-19 vaccines to all vets by May 1st. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, with 2024 already a hot topic, Joe Biden says he's a respecter of fate, we all should be. Body pulled from Calumet River near 95th Street. More than 100 shell casings found near southwest side party scene where man was killed, at least 7 people wounded, police say. Woman sexually assaulted, robbed in Lakeview, man facing charges, police say. It kind of hits close to home, hundreds gather in Horner Park to grieve, rally following Atlanta mass shooting. After 60-year-old Vietnamese-American man is attacked from behind in Chicago's uptown, daughter says, I don't think that we should keep silent. Cook County pet owners warned to stay alert during coyote mating season. Far-right suburban video streamer Nick Fuentes. Beverly Cleary, beloved children's author, dies at 104. 2 charged in Waukegan motel killing. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Guatemala's Paquea volcano continues erupting after 50 days. Zoo Zoomers, lockdown check chimps mingle online. Oil and natural gas production emit more methane than previously thought. Uranium compound achieves record anomalous Nernst conductivity. Controlling bubble formation on electrodes. Functional consequences of global biodiversity loss guide future nature conservation. Ancient genomes trace the origin and decline of the Scythians. ORNL meets key FDA milestone for cancer fighting AC-225 isotope. Researchers point to populism's appeal to victimhood and resentment. Protein dynamics research breakthrough could result in new cancer treatments. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, March 27th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. 5 ways to help save pollinators with citizen science. Don't count on evolution to save us from toxic chemicals and pollution. Just how intelligent are dolphins? Your questions about COVID-19 vaccines, answered. The fungi living in our guts affects our health in ways scientists are just beginning to understand. 4 crazy stars astronomers think might really exist. What's the deal with Generation TikTok? 3 best CBD dog treats, organic CBD for dogs. Best CBD oil for sleep. Best CBD gummies for pain and anxiety. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. 5,000 attend rock concert in Barcelona after COVID-19 screen. Indian cricket great Tendulkar tests positive for COVID-19. Some polls flout virus rules as harder lockdown takes effect. How can I confirm I have an open dialog box in Microsoft Word? Spurred by lockdown, Spain gives 4-day week a try. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. NFL Draft, by Zach Wilson is a quarterback Steve Young would love watching on 49ers. Bareback, National Republicans are doing Newsom a big favor. Opinion, why mass shootings are roaring back in 2021. Pitts, the victims of this war don't get a wall. Walters, modular housing could be an answer to California crisis. Opinion, U.S. must rebuild its technology infrastructure. Bridge, March 27, 2021. Word Game, March 27, 2021. Horoscopes March 27, 2021, Fergie and Mariah Carey share advice. Ask Amy, what the other customer said made me so mad. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Oscars face stark choice over war movie Quo Vadis, Aida. The Border Patrol is dropping migrant families in Arizona desert towns with little capacity to receive them. Memo, Party Boss est progressive Philadelphia judicial candidate to drop out. Jim Crow tactics on full display in Georgia as black legislator arrested for knocking on a Capitol door. Daniel Ellsberg on Biden and whistleblowers. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, March 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. AI used in battle against asbestos-linked cancer. The origin and uniqueness of Basque genetics revealed. A simple, no-cost way to increase organ donor registrations. Pressure sensor with high sensitivity and linear response based on soft micropillared electrodes. Incurable Lee syndrome, German scientists create first human model for rare disease. Rural U.S. has more heart failure deaths than urban areas. How COVID-19 affects the brain. Cancer drug lessens the toxicity of a protein from COVID-19 virus. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 7 shot in Chicago so far this weekend. Dear Abby, mean neighbor who damaged my car now is my colleague. 2 hospitalized in loop crash, driver in custody. If Chicago wants a school board that works for families, listen to parents. 2 seriously hurt in Jeffrey Manor crash. Man reported missing from Gresham. Horoscope for Saturday, March 27, 2021. Cubs optioning Nico Hoerner, will begin season with Eric Sogard on roster, report. How the Super 25 fared in Week 2. Former Buffalo Grove Middle School teacher arrested on child sex charges at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis County hosting 2 mass vaccination events in the coming weeks. SLOF students report negligence, poor COVID quarantine conditions. With St. Louis cops on trial, Republicans say police need more protection. Delish Emporium, from Brie Delights and J Sweets, to open this summer in Benton Park. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Country music's Brad Paisley to headline virtual concert fundraiser for the Detroit Zoo. Detroit's upscale Caucus Club has had it with customers smelling like weed. 8 best dating sites for professionals, finds educated singles. The Detroit Cannabis Project launches to help bring diversity to Michigan's cannabis industry. Vista Clear reviews, does Vista Clear Vision supplement really work? User reviews. Macomb County prosecutor may have violated federal law by deleting Facebook comments. Pelvic floor strong system reviews, does Alex Miller's pelvic floor strong exercises work? Customer reviews. House bill would close loopholes that keep Detroit auto insurance rates high. Gluconite reviews, is gluconite supplement the best metabolism and sleep support formula? User reviews. Detroit Film Theater's popular Oscar Shorts Showcase goes virtual. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, March 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Openings and closings, Chris Shepard fires up another concept, March Madness arrives. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, nobody. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, Zack Snyder's Justice League. 4 thoughts on the Lance McCullers' new contract extension. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, crawfish boils and next level waffles. Tour interrupted, Samantha Fish returns to Houston. The next headlines are about world records making news. Sea swim world record broken at False Bay, Independent Online. It sure is going to be a good story to tell. Twins born days apart in different months, KMBC Kansas City. Longest time dribbling 2 basketballs while blindfolded, kids, Ekran Martzech World Record Academy. She set world records in a man's world of boat racing, and she was from Fort Worth, Star-Telegram. MBTV, Francis Arthur Garenbow sets world record swimming under ice, Macau business. Mariana Shevchuk breaks world record in Manchester, International Paralympic Committee. Antarctic Challenge on the horizon for world record-breaking turf adventurers, Grampian Online. Para Athletics Championships, javelin thrower Sumit Antil breaks his own world record, India.com. National Para Athletics, Sumit Antil breaks own world record in F44 javelin throw, The Indian Express. Salmon Arm Boy prepares for second Guinness World Record. Watch news videos online, Global News Ka. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Linktree raises $45 million for its link in bio social commerce service. Parler says it warned the FBI of violent posts threatening the Capitol before January 6 insurrection. Turns out this sophisticated hacking campaign was actually the work of Western government operatives. Peacock is removing racist moments from its WWE content. Donald Trump and Mike Lindell should cage fight over whose new social media site is actually real. U.S. has record-breaking day with 3.4 million vaccinations. You seriously need to update your iPhone right now. These mutant rabbits walk on 2 legs, and geneticists now know why. Xiaomi teases a Mi Mix phone with a high-tech liquid lens coming soon. The COVID-19 lab escape theory is about to be everywhere. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nawabshah in Pakistan at 111.2 degrees Fahrenheit or 44 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University Wi-ID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. What will it take to get a giant cargo ship unstuck from the Suez Canal? Apple pushes iOS 14.4.2, iPadOS 14.4.2, and watchOS 7.3.3 to supported devices. Experts sound alarm of possible new COVID surge as U.S. cases once again rise. Bias, subtweets, and kids, key takeaways from big technician's latest outing on the Hill. New Android malware with full range of spying capabilities has been found. Harley Quinn has new bad guy allies in the Suicide Squad Red Band trailer. Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 780G beefs up the mid-range mobile CPU space. Apple considers jumping into rugged wearables with new watch model. Google wants to standardize digital car key and ID support on Android. SpaceX scrubs attempt to launch SN11 on Friday, updated. The following headlines are from Raw Story. America's gun madness, how guns went from tools to ideology to identity. GOP consultant goes down in flames trying to defend Georgia ban on giving water to voters in line. Senior Pyongyang official calls Biden North Korea remarks an encroachment and provocation, KCNA. On US-Mexico border, a revolving door for many migrants. Pandemic fuels travel boom, in virtual reality. Election expert pinpoints the most sinister part of Georgia's voting law that's flying under the radar. Conservative groups are writing GOP voter suppression bills and spending millions to pass them. Fox News contributor called out for lying about CNN on national TV. Fox News ratings slump ruthlessly mocked on HBO's Real Time. Bill Maher ridicules QAnon, you guys think about sex with children a lot. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Uptick in COVID-19 cases alarms officials. A deadly day in Myanmar's bloody coup. Michigan Republican Party chair calls state leaders witches. What so many people are getting wrong about the border crisis. Los Angeles cops bring the Echo Park tent community to a violent end. Cutting your carbon footprint matters a lot, if you're rich. Disturbing, Black Georgia lawmakers react to arrest of colleague Park Cannon. Rep. Joaquin Castro explains the frustration and optimism in today's visit to a migrant detention facility. Yep, the Mother Jones staff has a bunch to say about the Snyder Cut too. From our archives, an interview with novelist Larry McMurtry. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Outside in, looking for life in the gutter. New Hampshire Public Radio, New Hampshire Public Radio. Beverly Cleary wrote about real life, and her readers loved her for it, The New York Times. Avi Loeb and the search for extraterrestrials, Coor 90.1. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. A bio-inspired mechanophotonic artificial synapse, phys.org. PhD research fellow in antenna system for wireless communication job with Norwegian University of Science and Technology, NTNU 249,972, times higher education, B. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, March 27, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO lands near missile base, affects radio transmissions, strike team dispatched. UFOs engage Navy warships, again, FOIAs reveal. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, March 27, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.